Hey there, YouTubers. Right, so in this video, I'm going to install the i5-13400f into this Gigabyte B760m DS3H stock cooler. Second time we've used this, so we're going to have to actually put thermal paste on it. This is going to be a quick video. All right, notice triangle here. We want to line that up with the CPU. And I'm just going to rotate this so we get a better view. Pop that open that way. And voila, right? Now the CPU has this itty bitty little triangle in here that you can barely see. Sometimes flipping it over, you can see that a little better. But make sure there's no FOD in there in the socket, okay? Don't want to add any debris. Also, you know, should be concerned about static electricity. Right now it's winter time. Make sure that you've not touching any components if you have concerns about that. All right, so it's in this black cap. It does tell you in the instructions to basically press this down and pop it off. You could actually do it now if you wanted to. So we're going to do it like the directions say. And sometimes that flies off. Other times it just, you know, does what it did. I always go back, double check this, make sure it's seated. If it's not, so when I say seated, you want to be able to run your hands around this and it should feel the same all the way around, basically. If one side's higher than the other, then that's a problem, right? Because when you drop this down and lower the hammer, you will destroy the CPU if it is not in there correctly. Either the CPU or the socket, one of those two will get messed up, if not both. All right, so that's in. Now we've got our stock cooler, but what do we need first? If you're doing this and it already has the thermal paste on it, if it's the first time, then you're good. In this video, I have all kinds of thermal paste lying around, so we're just going to grab one. Arctic MX4. And because this is a circular base, I'm actually going to do one dot. You'll see when I have a more rectangular CPU cooler, I may do 3 lines, I might do 5 dots, but in this case, I think the circle works the best. All right, so since we're reusing this, folks, this always becomes a little more painful to install. So I rotated all of those clockwise. And so you can see it, I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. You could do it after the fact. I'm going to do it now. So you see that is the 4-pin PWM connector. All right, so now that's in. We're going to go ahead and, you don't want to do this on a hard surface, all right? So I've got a rubber mat here or whatever. When there's a counter underneath it, but still, I'm going to lift this up with one hand, drop these in, all right? You need these all to line up. And so I'm just for the sake of the camera, hopefully you can see they're all lined up. All right, so we're going to go in and depress these, and then I'm going to go diagonally to that one. And you're noticing different snap sounds, right? Which is kind of scary that it's not consistent. Drop this one in. You heard that? It was like a toot toot. And then finally this one. All right. I'm pretty sure these are all in. Now, not that you should hold your motherboard like this, but just to verify, folks, these should all look like they have a little protrusion splitting that thing up. And you can see that they do. You can actually, if we could zoom in anymore, you'd be able to see Let's see if I can get the camera up a little closer. That's what you're hoping to see right there, okay? So folks, at this point, that's going to conclude our video. And you know, you would obviously want to install RAM in this. So this is a DDR4 motherboard. My suggestion to you, one stick of RAM. If you end up with two pairs, all right, so this was going to be a quick video. All right, so let's say I have two sticks of RAM. You're going to use A2 and B2, which are the light gray ones here, right? Now, to get this thing to boot to BIOS, though, just in case one of your RAM slots is bad or one of your RAM is bad, you're going to want to just stick in one set of RAM. So this can go in only in one way, and, you know, preferably you should probably use two hands. So drop that in, and boom. Now, of course, hopefully you checked your manufacturer's website to see if your RAM's compatible. This RAM works pretty good with the 13th gen, but guess what? 12th gen, it doesn't run at the rated speed of up to 3600 megahertz. All right, so at this point, folks, I would, you know, connect 24-pin power, CPU power, and then from your, let's see if this has it on here. From your case, folks, you've got a power switch, and you would stick that in the upper row, excuse me, third and fourth pins, just like that. All right, so that's good to go. Then hook up HDMI or, well, excuse me. If you have the i5-13400, I would suggest hooking up HDMI or DisplayPort. Since we have the 13400f, we would then have to install a graphics card, all right? And then you would, of course, stick the HDMI cable into the graphics card that's in that slot right there. All right, folks, so that's going to do it for this video. Hope you got something out of it. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.